I'm watching Cisco pitter-pat. Said I could do that. I could do that.
Hi there! Thanks so much for tuning into this instructional video on learning the song I Can Do That from a chorus line. Now, traditionally this song is meant to be sung by a baritone or tenor. It actually goes up pretty high to an A flat, but it actually can be sung by any gender or any voice type because it kind of sits right there in the middle of the staff, near middle C. So actually I think an alto could handle it with a couple renotations, so could a soprano. And then baritones and tenors, it gives you an opportunity to sing kind of high. So it's kind of one size fits all song. We also picked it because it has a great little dance break in it and it's super positive. Now, we'll talk a little bit at the end of this video about the acting of the song, but you should always check out, you know, if you're singing a song, what show is it from? What's the original context of why the character is singing it, etc. Also, this is a story song, so always think about when you, in musical theater, when you choose a song or a monologue that tells a story, what's important is why you're telling the story. Are you telling the story to impress? Are you telling the story to woo someone? Are you telling the story to illustrate a point you're trying to make that's deeper than the story itself? If you think about it, when we tell stories in real life, we always have a reason as to why we're telling them. And ultimately, for an audience member, it's important for me to know why. Why are you telling that story? If you're playing a character, right? So, anyway, before you start singing this song, first of all, you should download and or print some of the resources we've provided for you. In the area where you found this video, you should also find sheet music for I Can Do That. And that sheet music has been what we call time-stamped. I'll get to that in a second. You should also find a karaoke or an instrumental track to this. Now, learning to sing along with the track is actually a really valuable skill that most musical theater performers in the professional world today have to do. Not even pre-COVID and remote teaching possibilities. People who work at theme parks and even in professional shows, sometimes theaters just use tracks because it's more financially or fiscally, you know, responsible in the moment, or you may be in a traveling show and it might be easier to use tracks. For whatever reason, you should develop this skill no matter what. And there's a couple of skills that I'll teach you about as we go along. We've provided you this karaoke track, and for songs that you work on, you should always have a practice track, whether it's a karaoke track that your teacher and you have agreed upon using, or your teacher provides you with a piano-only practice track to practice with. Once you get that music, and we've done this for you with this particular music, you're going to want to write in what we call timestamps, right? So for example, you'll see that here on page 1 of I Can Do That, new every step is at 17 seconds. Obviously the beginning starts at 0. The vamp here where it says faster in 2, that vamp goes 3 times. So you hear bum, oops, sorry. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3. I'm watching sis, right? So you should know that happens 3 times. And throughout the piece, you'll see other timestamps that let you know, like, for example, the dance break starts at 50 seconds, the second little dance break starts at 1:14, and the last that I can do is at 1:23. So it's a pretty short song, but it's super fun and it's great to have as an audition cut, especially if you want to have an audition cut in which you move a little bit during the song. I highly recommend you do 2 things when you get a new song. The first thing is take your practice track or your instrumental and simply read and listen along a couple of times. This is so your brain can absorb the piece without you essentially interrupting by singing along. This is how our brains process and memorize TV theme songs or commercial jingles that get stuck in your head. I bet a lot of you could sing the theme song to The Office or Parks and Recreation or How I Met Your Mother or Big Bang Theory if prompted, and you'd probably be in the correct key too if you've heard it enough times. If you're binge watching a show that you hear the theme song maybe 6 to 8 times in a day, whatever. Right? So we should do that with the pieces of music we really want to learn, right? So I'm going to take this and I'll just demonstrate. I have it queued up in my iTunes. I've downloaded my tracks. I have them ready to go. I always recommend that you download your tracks onto whatever device you're using so that you don't have to rely on streaming or Wi-Fi. It's a thing. So I'm going to read along. It makes sense. It goes 1, 2, right? And you can do that on your own. I also recommend that, of course, you listen to the original Broadway cast recording of whatever song you're working on if you can find them online. Most cast recordings can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Play, or even YouTube, right? And I do recommend that you find the balance between listening to the song for reference and completely imitating or challenging yourself to sound like the person on the original recording. Here's the deal. The people on those original recordings are Broadway singers and actors who have really trained for quite some time. They have a lot of experience. They are where they are for a reason. And so comparing yourself to them isn't really beneficial, other than the fact that they're going to help you learn what the song kind of generally sounds like. I think it's important for you to find your own voice in the song. And so again, imitation is a great way to just kind of get your feet wet and get into the song. But eventually you really want to let that go and focus on using your practice track or your karaoke track without words as soon as you get the hang of it, so that you can start playing with how you vocally interpret the song. And I don't mean singing different notes and rhythms. I just mean in terms of quality, not trying to sound like someone who A, has maybe a lot of years of experience and or training on top of what you may have or not have, and B, all Broadway recordings are recorded in a recording studio. They're not recorded live, unless it says it's a live album. They're recorded in a recording studio. They had multiple takes to get it right. They also have audio engineers who are able to put filters and doctor some of their sound. Most of them don't need it because they're really awesome. But if you're singing live in a room, that experience acoustically is very different than singing into a studio, into a mic that's going to be processed through a computer program and eventually come out on an album. Great, so let's dive in. We're going to start at the top of I Can Do That. This is page 1, or actually since it came from a book, it's on page 30, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go section by section. So I'll do a plunk, right? And I'm going to sing it in the original written key, just because, again, my altos, my mezzos, my sopranos, some of you could actually probably go this low. If you want to sing it up the octave, it'll sound a little squeaky, but it's totally doable. I'll do a plunk, and then I'll play that section from the karaoke track, but also plunk over it. So we kind of work section by section, and then at the end, we put it all together. Right? So again, when you see the vamp faster in 2, it's going to play it 3 times. That means on the 3rd time, you're actually going to sing. So you move forward. Yeah? So we're here. Okay? So it goes a little something like this. It's a blue note, yeah? I'm watching Cisco pin a pat. Said I can do that. I can do that. We're going to keep going because it's pretty repetitive. Know every step right off the bat. Said I can do that. I can do that. Right? Good enough. Now you might notice a little doohickey above I. Yeah, it said I can do that. I can do that. It means that you want to put a little emphasis on it. If it's rounded, it's a fermata, right? A little period with a semicolon above it is a symbol for fermata. That means hold me. A little upside down triangle, right, or an upside down V above a note is an accent mark. You might sometimes above a note see a little alligator mouth either way. That's different than a crescendo that's inside of the measure bar. Above a note, it's an accent mark, so it wants you to hit it. So the composer is kind of telling you subliminally, or obviously, said, I can do that, instead of I can do that, which would be a good acting choice if this were a monologue, right? So again, we're going to go from the beginning. This time I'm not going to sing along, but I am going to plunk while we play. Here we go. Next section. Okay, this section starts on page 2 or page 31 if you're looking at the pages on the top of the numbers on the top of the page. There's a little 8 count doohickey. I can do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, beat 1. One more cis. In the track, this starts at 26 seconds. Yeah, it's an E flat. So you have, one morning sis won't go to dance class. I grab her shoes and tights and all, 2, 3, but my foot's too small, Also note, earlier on the I can do, it's D flat, I can do that. And then we go to major. I grab her shoes and tights and all, but my foot's too small, Cool little blue note there. Let's sing it with the track. So I'm gonna back it up since this section starts at 26. I'm gonna start it at 22 just so we can get into it. I can do 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Good job. This is the third section. This is essentially another verse, right? So the format of this song, similar to the other song that we have in this series, the Here I Am song, instead of being an obvious verse, chorus, it's kind of like a verse with a tag that is the tagline of the song at the end of the verse. And then we have these little B sections. So it kind of goes A, B, A, dance break, right? Because this now sounds like the beginning of the song with I stuff her shoes. So this section is starting at the bottom of our page 2 or at 31 at 36 seconds in the track. Okay, so it goes 5, 6, 7, 8. I stuff her shoes with extra socks. Run 7 blocks. In nothing flat, 2, 3, 4. Hell, I can do that. Or you can say heck. Or gee, I could do that, whatever word is appropriate for you. Yes? Gee, I could do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do that. Yeah, so you have I could do that. I could do that. You don't even need to say the spoken word if you want. You could do 1, 2. I could do that. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I could do that. So again, this is from I Stuff Her Shoes. Okay? This is at 36 seconds. I'm gonna back it up to 33 so we can get into it. But my foot's too small, so extra socks. 1, 7 blocks. In nothing flat. Gee, I can do that. I can do that. Dance break from Tim Ellis. Whew. So now you've danced, you've had a little dance break. I'm exhausted. I'm sure you are too. But now we're gonna go into a key change. Aha! Composers use key changes in musical theater all the time because, again, the crux, the heart of musical theater is that we are storytelling through song, and we hope that we get to an emotional place where it's heightened even further, and often that is represented by a key change, right? We have to drive our point home for some reason. Going back to originally what I said about telling a story through song. And when it is a story song, why am I telling the story? What has heightened me into a key change? You get to figure that out as an actor, and that's super exciting. So here we are on page 33. It's the second to last page, the second system, which is the second grouping of staves, right? And we have this lovely key change, right? So we were here, and now we're here. Yeah? There we go. That's better. I got to class and had it made, and so I stayed the rest of my life. A flat, all thanks to sis. Now married and fat. I could do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da, la, 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 la. That I can do. And on the album, he kind of yells it. He goes, that I can do. So you have that choice. But the written note is A flat. That I can do. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I can do that. The C flat, which is what tripped me up earlier, is something to be aware of, right? There is a C flat and even an F flat in this key. Sorry, I didn't write it. Okay, I get to class. Let's try there, okay? A 5, 6, 7, 8. I get to class and had it made. And so I stay the rest of my life. All thanks to sis. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now married and fat. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I can do this. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. I can do that. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I can do that. slight lyric flub from that last section. That I can do. 2, 3, 4, bum, bum. I can do that. Now let's try that last section from the key change, post dance break, or first dance break really, to the end with the track. So that starts around 1 minute. I'm gonna back it up to like 54 to get into it, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. I got to class and had it made. And so I stayed the rest of my life. All thanks to sis. Now I'm married and fat. I can do this. That I can do. I can do that. It's fun, right? You're gonna have a great song out of this. I'm so proud of you for making it this far if you've stuck with me. So now we're gonna do a whole run through of the song where I'm gonna play the karaoke track from my end, and I'll plunk here as well to kind of keep you on track, especially as we go into that key change of that super funky key with a lot of flats. But you can do that. See what I did there? Yes! And then you'll learn the dance break and you'll plug it in and it'll be awesome. Before we go, I want you to think real quick about how you would sing this song, why you would sing this song, who are you singing this song to? What is the scenario? Use your imagination and really get into it. Why would you be telling someone this story? What are you trying to get of the subject, the imaginary scene partner that you're talking to by singing this song, especially since it's a story song and it's so kind of introspective about your experience. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's your starting note. 2, go. I'm watching sis go pit-a-pat. Said I can do that. I can do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knew every step right off the bat. Said I can do that. I can do that. One morning sis, let's do the bridge. One morning sis won't go to dance class. D natural. I grab her shoes and tights and all, but my foot's too small, so I stuff her shoes with extra socks. Run 7 blocks in nothing flat. I can do that. I can do that. Dance break. Dance 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Key change. I got to class and had it made. And so I stay the rest of my life. All thanks to sis. Now I'm married and fat. I can do this. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. I can do that. I can do that. That I can do. I can do that. You got it in front of you. You know what to do. That I can do. Or yell it like the guy does on the album. That I can do. I can do that. I hope that you take your track and practice with it and make it awesome. I know you're really gonna enjoy working on this song and using it in the future as a performance piece. You can do that.
So if you're going to work on I Can Do That, that's great. Male or female, doesn't matter. Again, you may have heard mentioned before, if you're auditioning for college programs in the near future, those musical theater programs would like to see your dance ability as well. If you're submitting videos, they also request a dance video. But if you choose a song with a dance break in it, or a song you can put a dance break into, then you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You have a song to show your vocal ability with dance built in, and it's a lot of fun. Now, in our track for I Can Do That, you will hear the tap sounds. It is normally a tap number. It doesn't have to be. It can be a soft shoe number. Some people turn it into a tumbling number. I don't It's not my favorite, but you can do that if you'd like. I will show you different ways of approaching how to choreograph this song for yourself, and I'll give you some options of what to do. One with just jazz steps and one with soft shoe or tap steps. But have fun. Again, like I've said before, what programs are looking for is A, your musicality, and B, your technical ability dance-wise. Just know that because if you're not a trained dancer, doesn't mean you're not going to get into a program. That's why we're going to college, to continue to grow. So just have fun with it. As you're doing it, you don't have to do the steps that I do. If you don't have a lot of dance training, you can take what you do know and expand on that and just have fun with it. Do make sure that the choreography fits the time period. Chorus line's a little flexible because people are approaching it differently now. It doesn't always all have to be 70s choreography, but do have fun with it. So, looking at the first page of I Can Do That for you movers with less training. Just because you have less training doesn't mean you can't do great. So you hear, I'm watching Cisco pitter pat, step right, left, slide right. I'm watching Cisco pitter pat, pop, pop, pop. Said I can do that, jazz, square, boom. So after the slide, cross left front, step back right, out left. I'm watching Cisco pitter pat, pop, pop, pop. I can do that, da, da, da. I can do that, Shanae, da, chasse right, step left. So I'm watching Cisco pitter pat, ba, ba, ba. So I can do that, da, da, da. I can do that, da, 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 ba. Da, da. So for the movers, we're moving into page 2. Bottom of page 1, you've done Shanae left, chasse, stomp. Knew every step right off the bat. After you've stomped, come front. Knew every step right off the bat. Acting, heads, nod, nod, nod. Said, I can do that. You're going to hop onto your right leg. Left leg shoots out and the arms go up. This is slightly plied. Set, I can do that. Hit, cross, step out. I can do that. Pivot, step, pivot, step. For the rest of this, you're going to do acting. One morning, sis won't go to dance class. I grab her shoes and tights and all, but my foot's too small. Again, so for the movers, this is dancing, acting. So you've done, but my foot's too small, so I stuffed her shoes with extra socks, ran 7 blocks in nothing flat. Dun, dun, boom. So it's acting, walking, running. So I stuffed her shoes with extra socks, run 7 blocks, do, 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 do. As in nothing flat, Hell, I can do that. I can do that dance break. So my movers, you've done ran 7 blocks, dee da da dee da dee 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 dee, and nothing flat, ba ba ba. Said I can do step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. That I can do leads us into the dance break. So you've done 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. That I can step out on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to step right, drag the left foot. 5, 6, 7, cross 8. You're going to keep going that way. Step on 1, turn to face stage left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to jump up on 8. Passe, push the hip out. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flick, 8, pivot, step, step, flick, and 7 and 8 and. So you've done run 7 blocks, D da da D da D D da da D, and nothing flat, step, step, I can do that, step, heel, that I can sway, 2, 3, 4, drag, 6, 7, step, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shimmy your leg, feet down stage. Now with music, ran 7 blocks, nothing flat. So I can do step, sway, drag, cross. Got 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pop, 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 pop. Sing again. Boomer's version. Here we go. Ting. I'm watching Cisco pitter-pat, step, tracks that I can do that. Jazz fit, I can Shannon. Shot say hit. Step right off the bat. I can do that. Pop, that I can do. Acting one morning, sis will go to dance class. I grabbed her shoes and tights and all, but my butt's too small, so I stuck this sock. Blocks, nothing flat. Said I can do step, heel, step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, hit it. Let's down, 8, I had it made. I want you to be creative, come up with some other steps, or toward the end. Don't listen to those taps. They will throw you all advanced tap. But have fun. I hope you enjoy it. If you're doing the tap version of I Can Do That, it starts the same way. I'm watching Cisco Pitter start on the right, step, slide. I can do that, flap, stomp. That I can do that. Spank step, flap, step, stomp. That is, I'm watching Cisco Pitter start with right, step, slide. I can do that, flap, stomp. That I can do. Spank step, flap, step, stomp. So the tappers with I Can Do That. So you've done the second I Can Do That. Spank step, flap, brush stomp. Here for new every step right off the bat. Nod, said I can do that. Cramp roll, step, hop. So new every step right off the bat. So I can do that. Cramp, step, hop. I can do that. Flap circle. You can go to the right or left. You choose. So you've done set. I can do that. Cramp, step, hop. I can do that. One morning, sis won't go to dance class. You can move around a little bit. We're going to do some acting. I grab her shoes and tights and all. You can can do the point to your feet, which everyone always does, but my foot's too. You've done your circle around, flap circle. One morning sis won't go to dance class. But my foot's too small, so I stuffed her shoes with extra socks. You can add stuff here if you want. Ran 7 blocked rolling shuffles. D d d d d d d d d. So right shuffle, left shuffle, right shuffle, flick. D d d d d d d. Ran 7 blocks. D d d d d d d. And nothing flat. Step down stage. Hell, I can do that. Then we're gonna have a dance break coming up. Leading into the dance break, you've done ran 7 blocks, dee da da dee da da dee da da dee, then flat dee ba ba. But I can do step heel step step heel. That I can. Prepping into a single or double time step. Hit hop ba la ba la ba da dee da da into triple and triple with a shuffle. Flap ball change, pull back. Drawbacks, step, spank, heel, step, spank, step, swing, ba. So in rhythm, dee da 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 dee. And you step front on the right foot, and then you're gonna hop onto it for da 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 da, dee da da dee. You'll hear that in the music. So from the triple time step, dee dee da da dee da da dee dee da da dee da da dee, flap ball change, step scuff heel, step scuff heel, step hop, dee da da dee dee da da dee dee da da dee dee da da dee. After this, I'll give you 2 options. You can just do rolling shuffles again into a flap ball change. So you've done rolling 3, 4. Flap ball change. So that is from the triple. Dee da 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 dee da da dee da da da. Flap ball change. Step spank heel step spank step. Dee da da dee dee da da dee. Rolling dee da da dee da da dee da. Flap ball change. You can also do fancy rolling shuffles at the end. If you wish, you've done dee da da dee, dee da da dee, dee da da dee. Front side, ba da ba da. So instead of side, you go front side, hit flap ball. So from triple, dee ba 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 da, dee da da dee da da dee, flap ball change. Step scuff heel, step scuff heel, step. Hop on the heel, up on the dee, dee da da dee, rolling, dee da da dee da da dee, da, flap ball change. Or dee da da dee da da dee da ball change. Dee 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 dee. But my foot's too small, so. Nothing flat. Said I can do toe heel, single or a double. So that is the version with the side rolling shuffles. You can do dee da da dee da da dee da da dee da da dee da da. Now, so I've given you through the dance break. There's a little bit more. There's some tap sounds in it, but I want to see how creative you are. Have fun with it. There are tap sounds. Don't feel like you have to match them, because my steps do not. But have fun. I will do the whole number up to what I've given you. get you. Said I can do that. I can do that. Shoes and tights and shorts, but my foot too small, so ran 7 blocks, and flat. Said I could do that. That I could do. Roll it. So keep going. I'm going to play the music for you. Have fun with this. Doesn't have to be hard. Especially with these sounds. Advanced sounds. But have fun.